Hey guys, Derek here from Addictive Tips, and in this video we will be talking about how to disable IPv6 on the Linux desktop. We're going to start off with KDE, but we'll also be doing it in Gnome and the Mate desktop. The reason that we are talking about this, even though you would think that in modern times most people are using IPv6, it's actually not true. Most people still don't use it, especially on their local network. And though more things are starting to ship with it, it's still good to know how to disable if you're not a fan of it. So let's start off with KDE. So to get this going, find your network icon here. It's going to be different depending on what you use. If you use a wired connection like I do, you'll see just this Ethernet icon. If you use a Wi-Fi icon, it'll be this, but basically just click this and click the gear icon, and that should open your network settings. You go to your default network connection, and then you can go over to IPv6, and basically you just need to set it to ignored, click apply, enter your password, and that will make it so that your default connection no longer uses IPv6 on KDE. So now let's move on to the Gnome way of doing things. Okay, so I'm on the Fedora Gnome desktop, and it's a good example of how to talk about the networking stuff because this is as stock as you're going to get. So to disable IPv6 on Gnome, you would go up to the right-hand corner, click on wired connection, wired settings. If it's Wi-Fi, it'll be Wi-Fi settings. Once you're there, you can look at your default connections. Now, your default connections are going to be listed up here somewhere. Click on the gear icon next to it where it says connected, and then we can see information. From here, we can click on the IPv6 tab, click disable, click apply, and that should be all we need to do. If you go back into the settings, you can tell, yes, it's disabled. So that is how you disable IPv6 for Gnome. Now we're going to move over to the Mate desktop. Alright, so now we're on the Mate desktop. Now I should start off by saying that if you're an XFCE user or a user of a desktop that's similar to Mate in some way, don't worry, the focus isn't the Mate desktop itself, it's the little icon here. So mainly all non-GNOME GTK-based desktops, so we're talking like XFCE, even the old LXDE, anything that uses this shortcut here, this network manager applet, is going to be the same. So this section of the video applies to all of those desktops. I just prefer to use Mate because I think it's the most solid to demonstrate with. But to disable IPv6 mode in this way, click the icon up here, click edit connections, select your default connection, click the gear icon, go to IPv6, set it to ignored, and then click save. Now it should automatically be ignoring it. So I should say in the article that I wrote, I also talk about how you can disable it via the terminal, and if you're a server user and you need to get rid of IPv6, you can do it that way. Anyways, guys, just a quick video on how to disable IPv6 on Linux. My name is Derek, as usual, and I will see you in the next video.